Hi everyone, it's Kay from the Paper Shed UK. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, then welcome aboard and thanks for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for spending some of your time with me today. Today we're going to do a box formula that I've been doing for quite some time. You can create any personalised box for any occasion, from a 3D celebration card to a journal and beyond. You can leave them plain or you can decorate. Your possibilities are endless. And as you can see, I have got loads and loads of boxes. All these are boxes. First though, I just want to show you this. I went to the NEC last week to the craft show and I managed to get some of these wooden vintage spools, which I loved. Then I saw something on Pinterest to do this pin cushion and I thought I'm going to have a go. So I did, and this is mine. So I've got a tiny little one here with a little pin on and some pretty flowers. Needle in there with a little pair of scissors and a little tape measure there, and my pins. And then of course it wouldn't be the paper shed without a dangle. So there you go, we've even got a dangle on that. And that's going to live in my craft room. So yeah, I just thought it was pretty and I just wanted to show it to you. I'm just going to pop that out of the way and then we're going to get cracking on this formula for the boxes. First off, we're going to do and show you the stack boxes. Now I did these like this, just making up some boxes. The idea really originated from a Christmas gift I received several years ago. And they were much bigger than this, obviously. But it was a stacked box with a ribbon that went all the way round, like so. And then it was filled with, it was confectionery really, and, you know, biscuits and truffles and that sort of thing, which was beautiful. It was a lovely set. What I did, or what you can use these for, is if you shop for Christmas quite early and you do different gifts, so like a book or a scarf or a wallet, a purse, whatever, a bit of jewellery on the top, they make absolutely beautiful gifts either for birthdays or Christmas. So I just thought I'd share that because that's what you can really do with these boxes. You can literally do them any size. So we're going to start, I'm just going to remove some of the boxes out of the way. We're going to start off with the Etsy boxes that I do. And these are boxes that I do for my Etsy sales. And I started off, first of all, sorry, I'm going to do that again. I didn't do any measuring for these. Normally, I find the product that I want to wrap, I measure it and make the box to fit. With these ones, I literally just got a piece of A4 card, craft card, decided on the width of what I wanted my box to be, and there you go. With the formula, you just make that. So literally just scored my paper up, folded it, glued it, and I got a box. I decorated this one, just to remind me to tell you that if you do decorate your boxes, you either need to do this edge as a decorative edge or that edge as a decorative edge. Don't do both when you do them, purely because when you come to close the box, it won't close because you're putting an extra bit of card in on both edges. So you only do one when you come to decorate, if you do. So that's that. That was also made out of exactly the same size card, which was A4. I just decided I wanted that to be, is that an inch or is that 3/4 of an inch? That's 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch basically is what you can post in a pick box. So if you post a lot of RAKs, these are great for that. You just get a piece of A4 card, you've got a little box there, and you can post a very nice RAK in that for a large letter stamp. So that's why that's good. So I decided just to show you how the size came out for the A4 with that one. So I'm going to move those. I did actually do 12 by 12. So these are not measured either. I just got a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. I decided on what measurement I wanted, and I've gone 1 inch, 1.5 inch and 2 inch, just to show you that it's quite easy to do. These are also great for Christmas. So if you've got loads of Christmas 12 by 12 papers and you just want to get them used up, make them up into boxes like this, and these are great for chocolates and biscuits and bits and pieces. And you can do exactly the same as the stacking boxes with that. This is the only shape you will get out of a 12 by 12, and the reason for that is because it's a square piece of card. So you can't really have them open any other way but that way, but it's still a nice lovely gift if you wanted to do that. So that was the 12 by 12. And then just because I had the some A3 card, I decided to do the A3 sizes. This is brilliant. It's a 1 inch, so it's not necessarily postable. It is, you can post it, but it would cost you more money. But these are great if you were doing an extra special 3D card, for instance. This box is fabulous for that. It's a lovely size, nice. This box is actually quite a nice size. Again, it's a 2 inch box, so it's not really a cheap form of postage, but it's still a decent size box. I mean, you could make these to go in your craft room if you wanted to, and fill them up with whatever you want to fill them up with. So that's the A3. So that's A3 card, 12 by 12s and A4. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you the formula of how to create these two boxes. So what I started with is my product. So I got my product and I wanted to see what size I needed. So your product size is the first thing you need to find out. So my product size is 2.5 by 4. So we're going to write 2.5 by 4 as my product size. 2.5 by 4. That's your product size. Then you're going to draw your piece of card. Now this particular one opens that way, and don't be fooled by thinking that if you moved your centre spine the opposite way that you'd be creating this, because you wouldn't. They're both two different size pieces of card, so you always have to measure and work it out, unless obviously you just choose to use the boxes that are created from an A4, a 12 by 12 or an A3. So if you want to do a specific size, this one is long and narrow, so we're going to draw the long and narrow card. Okay, the first thing that you do every time that you draw this box is create your width, your depth. Oh, is it width, depth? I don't know, height, whichever it is, whatever you want to call it, which is this. Now I knew that I wanted to do these at 3/4 of an inch. I didn't want them any higher because obviously postage would be double. So I wanted to create it at 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to do 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to mark each square that you have on your sheet with 3/4 of an inch. Now, even though I know the formula to these, I still do this each time I want to do a new box. And the reason being is because it allows you to understand your measurement. So this is your centre spine. So this is your piece that creates that there. That's 3/4 of an inch, and that's 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so don't forget, you haven't got a box to remind you of where things are when you do this. So you have to be quite, you have to get the formula. So I know that the width that I want, that's this, the top bit, I want that to be 2.5. I want to allow, because that my card is 2.5 by 4, I want to allow 1/4 of an inch all the way around, so that it will allow me to package this up in tissue and some ribbon. So I'm going to add 1/4 of an inch on this edge and that edge. So on this measurement you want 2 3/4, and then on this measurement you want 4 1/4. Okay, so then you add this measurement up here, and you add this measurement up here. So you've got 2. Those two add to 1.5. So that's 3.5, 4 1/4. So your first full size measurement is 4 1/4, and then you want to do the same with this. So that's 4, 5, 10 3/4. So that's 10 3/4. That then is your card size. That's what you want to cut your card to. Okay, so then you score all the way around, you find your middle, you do your middle bits, and I will show you how to work that out in a second, and then that's all you do. So if you wanted to do this, your measurement again is exactly the same, because it's the same product, but you want the box to open a different way. So you want your box to open on the wider side. So again, you draw your first score marks, which is all the same all the way around your card. We know it's 3/4 because we've already done one. You get your middle, that's 3 1/4, and that's 3 1/4. So in this time we're moving this measurement to here, so that's 4 1/4, and you're moving that measurement to there. That measurement is done twice because you've got it there and there, so that's 2 3/4. So this time you're adding this one up, which is 4, 5 3/4. So 5 3/4, and then you add this one up. So you've got 1.5 and 1.5, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3/4. So this one is 7 3/4, and that again is your card size to do the opening the opposite way. So that's the sizes that you've got. Okay. So first of all, just so that I can get you to understand, I'm going to do an A4 sheet. And the A4 that I did was about, for a nice size box in an A4, you can go up to about, what did I say it was? 1.5. So you would score, this is how you do anything. So if you cut these ones out, so you've got that size and that size, and then you just follow your score lines, you'll understand. Because all your score lines are is that and that. So you're only interested in your 3/4 of an inch. You're only ever interested in the measurement for scoring is the depth of your box. So just so I don't have to cut anything out, I'm just using an A4 piece of card. I'm going to score it at 1.5 because that's where I want my depth. So you go all the way around at 1.5. Okay, now you need to find your middle. I don't find this very easy to do. So if you do get stuck, fold it in half, pinch that. Right, there's your middle. Okay, and if you look at 3/4, 1.5, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12. So you want to go 6 this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and score. You want to go 6 this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and score. And that's how you get your middle of your box. It's that simple. And that's what you're left with. I don't really know if you can see that. So there you go. All of them are exactly the same measurements. They're all your depth measurements. That's the only measurement you need to know for your scoring. So we're going to just move that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the scissors. I'll just use a bigger pair so it's quicker. And then on the longer side, you always cut the longer side, not your short side. So you always cut these, just make a tiny, tiny wedge right up to the point of there on both sides of there and let them drop out. Right, you don't have to be overly precise with this, just because this is just where you're going to fold in and cut. So you do it on the 4 this side and you do it on the 4 on the other side. Don't worry about that crease because this is going to be glued in. These are all your glue tabs. Okay, so let's just move that rubbish. Now I don't score with my bone folder for this, purely because that you can overdo it and then you lose your you make them more flimsy. So it's easier not to score, just bend them into place. Always make your notch for your box at this stage. So you're going to pick the top. What shall I use? I'll use 1.5 because I've got it handy. So you pick your top or your bottom, so it's either this edge or this edge. I'm just going to eyeball it and just cut out a tiny notch. It doesn't need to be very big. Now you know that that's the top. You always glue from the bottom, never glue from the top. We always fold those in to do this. I'm going to use art glitter just for quickness, but you can use whichever glue you want to do really. You haven't got to be overly cautious with it either. Okay, and then you just bring that up, fold that to the line and then bring that in. You'll need to pull it back just a little bit so that it's level because you've cut a wedge. So if you just bear that in mind, just hold it for a little while till it holds. And then same with this, bring it to there and then just bring your little wedge bit out. Now because I didn't score, you do get this. And you can see what I mean, it sort of sticks this way. All you do is just rub down that line and it will straighten up. What we do is we fold those in and we're going to do the same again. And this is to create your inner box. This time we're going to push from that edge. And then we're going to just line it up. You can eyeball it. Hold that in and then do the same with this one. Okay, so we've got that now. So you've created the inside of your box. Okay, now what we're going to do here is something slightly different. We're going to close the box. We're going to put the front down and then we're going to do that and push it so that it's right into that corner before you glue. If you do it the other way and glue it the same, you'll find that your box won't close very well. You'll have to manipulate it. This way, you literally do that. What you'll also notice is that if you're slightly out, when you come to do this side like that, it won't shut to the end. So you just push that in as best you can. So this is nice and tight, and then glue that down. And that's what creates a nice closure for your box. If you don't do it this way and you do it the other way, it won't always work. Okay. Now, if you've got your, if you was a bit overzealous with your wedges, I was a little bit there, look. So you can cut it, you can just cut those into shape so they're flush. There you go. And there you have your box. That's your A4. Oh, I glued that in. That's your A4, no measuring. That's the size box you get. I'll just measure that for you so that you know what size box that gives you. And that is a 5 1/4 by just over 3 1/2, and that's a 1 1/2 inch depth. It creates a nice little gift box. It's pretty nice. So that's that one. You can do the 3/4 one in exactly the same way. So let me pop that there. Let me just get a 3/4 one done, just to show you. So we're going to do 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and 3/4. Again, I know you can do it on the board, but I just find it so difficult. So we're going to put that there. Yeah, about there. Okay, so 3/4, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notches. So you go 3 this side, and you go 1, 2, 3 that side, and that's how easy it is. You've got your box already. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do the same with this. So we're just going to snip those out, snip those out. Like I said, these don't have to be overly precise. It doesn't affect your box. Always cut again on the long edge, never on the short. And once you've got the formula of how to do this, you literally can create any box. And again, we're just going to do the same. So we're going to pull in all the tabs, that tab, that tab, that tab, that tab. We're going to just go down all of the score lines. That one, that one, and that one. We're going to pick which is the top and which is the bottom. So we eyeball that. Which I never feel like I'm very good at that bit. So we eyeball that one. Get the glue out again. Start at the bottom. Always start at the bottom when you start to glue. Okay, line that up and squeeze. Line that up and squeeze. And again, see how that is, because I didn't. There you go, look, you just run your nail down that line and it'll bring that into line. And it's better than making the edge overly flat. So that's why I don't burnish those in. Okay, this one now is going to go that way. So we're just going to pull that up and squeeze. Just a second. And then pull this one level and squeeze. Didn't hold it for long enough. Okay, do that with your edges if you want to. This one is slightly thicker card actually than the others. And then to do your top, don't do the top like you think. Always push that first one. See how the card moves? So always do that first one right in that corner. Get your glue. Push the box in and hold it down. And then turn that around. And then again, see, you get that. See, so if you'd have done it, you'd have been out slightly. So you get that, you push that in, so you pull that up as best you can. Glue it. Push that up again. And then push that in. There you go. All your edges are fine actually on this one, so that's fine. And there, from an A4 piece of card, no measuring, nothing. So if you just want a box to put something in quickly, these are great for that. And as I say, this one being 3/4 is similar to a pit box that you would send to the post box. That is just for a first class or second class large letter. And that will go through, so that's perfect. So there you go. So exactly the same for these ones. That's this one. So that was that. This card measured 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. We knew that it was 3/4 inch, and we just go all the way around like we would. Find the middle and do the middle. Do your notch at that stage, and you can leave them like this until you want them. So you just store them flat until you actually want them. Do the same, do your edges, and you create your box, no problem at all. What I'm going to show you now, just quickly, in case you think, well, what if I want a bigger box than an A4? So I'm going to look at it as if I've got a product. So I've done this box like this. This is my product inside, and I need to find out what I need to do for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a box again to do it this way, so that it opens that way. So we start off obviously with our product details. We need a product box. I just want to find something first. So we find our product size first. So product size, and we want it to be, I know that these rings are 2. So to be clear, you're going to need a 2 1/4 inch height on your box. So we already know, there's your box. So we're drawing our box, we already know that this measurement all the way around my box is going to be 2 1/4. Okay, my width of my product is, I'll get away with 4 on that without adding anything, because these things lie flat. So that's going to be 4. I'm putting it in that way. So this is going to be 4, and then the length of it, I know if I do 5 1/2, okay, that will give me all the way around. So 5 1/2. This one, so I'm getting 5 6 7 8 9 9 1/2, 10. So I've got 10 inches one way, and then I've got 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 14 3/4, 14 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 14 1/2, 14 3/4. Okay, so I now know that I can't get this box that I want out of a 12 by 12 or an A4 card. Now I could get that out of a A3, but I haven't got any A3 card. So we're going to do it I'm going to show you how to do it so that you can get your box out of 2 sheets of card. So what we do is we get this measurement here, right down to that line, and then we get that measurement there, down to that line. So we're going to cut that off, and that's 4 5 6 7 8, that's 9. Okay, and then this one is the same. So 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we know that it's 9 by 9, and you need 2. No, sorry, you don't. 10 by 9, because your width is always the same. So it's 10 by 9, and you need 2 pieces. Okay, so I've already prepared that. I've already scored it. And then what you do is on one piece of card, so you've got your score, this is your depth, this is the box size. Just going to show you. So when you do that, it will go in. Okay, so what you would do is you cut these 2 out, including your score line. So you go right up against your score line on both sides and cut them out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that the valley of your score line both are on the up. And then what we're going to do then is we are going to glue that to there. Right, so I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to glue here. Okay, turn it over, and we're going to pop them, line those lines up and pop that into there. The good thing about using 2 pieces of card on any size that you do is you don't need to find your middle, because your middle's already created for you, because you're using 2 pieces of card. Plus that spine is doubly enforced, so that helps with your box really. But yeah, you just do it like that. Okay, I'm just going to get that off. Okay, and then same as usual, you just carry on from here in your normal manner. So Long side, we're going to cut all of these out. And as I say, you can decorate them, you can leave them the colour. You can use your 12 by 12 papers. Not paper, but cardstock. Okay, so yeah, go all the way around again. There. There. And the last one is here. Okay. Clear that off. So again, we need to just score these lines in. Pick whichever one you want for the top. Where did I put my... There you go. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to eyeball it. Just get it more or less in the middle. Okay. So this is where we do that. So we glue your tabs down. Up you go, make your corner. When they're bigger areas, it just takes maybe a few more seconds just to make sure that glue catches. And then do this corner, same again. Still got the same problem here, so we're just going to run our nail across there, look, and it makes it straight. Okay, do the same with this. Okay, we're going to push that up now like that, and then we're going to catch this side. Turn it around and do this side. Okay, then exactly the same as before. We're going to get that onto that corner first, nice and tight. Glue it down. Nice and tight into that corner, hold that down, bring your tab down. Okay, and then again we're going to do the same with this one. You see how that works? This is why we do this, and it's so that you can push that in as tight as you can get it. Because if you'd have glued that the same way as we glued the other tabs, it would have actually been out by that much and you wouldn't have been able to have closed your box. You would have closed it, but it would have been a struggle. Just check your edges, make sure your edges are okay. That's perfect. Wait till that's glued down. Now I know that I've got a little lip here, look. So you can open your box. It's only because the box turned out to be a little out. And I'm just going to struggle to do that bit. I can't do it that way. For some reason I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Because I'm on film. Right, I'm going to leave it. Okay, so there's your box. Nice pretty little box. Opens that way. And then obviously this would wrap and you would be able to put your product in your box. How cool is that? So that is it that way, and that is it that way. Not much difference, I don't think, in size, to be honest, but one just opens that way and the other one opens that way. And there you have it. So all of these boxes you can create all on your own now. If you have any questions, or you're stuck with anything, or you don't understand anything, please let me know so that I can answer you. Because once you get this formula and you understand how to do it, it is the simplest thing to do. So I'm just gonna put this on the screen just so that you can take a picture or whatever it is you want to do. And there you have it. So thanks for watching. I am so sorry that it's taken me 40 minutes, but there was a lot to show you and a lot to get through. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me or send me a message. I will get back to you and help you sort it out. Because once you get the formula to these, they're perfect for anything. So please do. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.